I've always had a fascination with books. The smell of aging pages, the hidden worlds that lie between the covers, it's as if each book holds a secret waiting to be unraveled. So, when I heard about a small, quaint bookstore tucked away in the heart of the city, I couldn't resist paying it a visit. Little did I know that I was about to step into a nightmare beyond my wildest imagination. The moment I pushed open the creaking door, a chill ran down my spine. The air was heavy, suffocating, and the only sound was the faint rustling of pages echoing through the dimly lit store. Shelves upon shelves towered above me, filled with forgotten titles and ancient manuscripts. As I ventured deeper into the store, an unsettling feeling crept over me. It was as if unseen eyes were watching my every move. I came across a section labeled Occult, and my curiosity got the better of me. Dust-covered books with cryptic symbols and ominous titles lined the shelves. Against my better judgment, I reached out and picked up an aged tome titled The Summoning Shadows. As I ran my fingers over the embossed cover, a shiver coursed through my veins. Something felt wrong, but my curiosity compelled me to purchase it. That night, as I sat in my study, reading by the soft glow of candlelight, I began to immerse myself in the ancient words. The book was a gateway to the darkest recesses of the supernatural. It spoke of forbidden rituals and unspeakable horrors. The more I read, the more the lines between fiction and reality blurred. That's when the nightmares began. Each night, I was haunted by vivid, unsettling dreams. Dark figures with glowing eyes and sinister smiles chased me through desolate corridors. Their whispers filled my ears, urging me to embrace the darkness. I woke up drenched in cold sweat, fearing that these nightmares were slowly seeping into my waking life. One evening, driven to the brink of madness, I returned to the bookstore. The shelves seemed to have shifted, rearranged themselves since my last visit. The air was heavy with a tangible sense of foreboding. As I roamed the aisles, a hushed whisper caught my attention. I followed the sound, my heart pounding in my chest. It led me to a hidden corner of the store, a section I hadn't noticed before. The shelves were lined with books bound in human skin, their titles scrawled in blood-red ink. My breath caught in my throat, and a wave of nausea washed over me. I knew I had stumbled upon something truly sinister. As I skimmed the titles, my eyes widened with terror. Each book bore a name, names of people who had mysteriously disappeared over the years, their stories lost in the annals of time. The realization struck me like a lightning bolt. These books were more than mere fiction, they were cursed vessels, housing the tormented souls of the missing. In a moment of desperation, I picked up a book with my own name inscribed on its cover. The moment my fingers made contact, an icy chill coursed through my body. A blinding light engulfed the bookstore, and I found myself transported to a desolate realm of shadows and torment. The figures from my nightmares materialized around me, their eyes burning with malevolence. They circled me, their whispers growing louder and more deranged. In that moment, I understood the true horror of the bookstore, a gateway to a realm of pure darkness, fueled by the suffering of lost souls. With every ounce of strength I had left, I broke free from the sinister grip and returned to reality. Gasping for breath, I found myself back in the bookstore, surrounded by the cursed shelves. The bookstore had claimed countless victims, and I had narrowly escaped its clutches. I fled the store, vowing never to return. The nightmares continued to haunt me, a constant reminder of the dark forces I had encountered. The bookstore remained, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. And so, I share my story as a warning, a chilling testament to the malevolent power that dwells within the pages of a seemingly innocent bookstore. Beware the allure of forbidden knowledge, for some things are better left unread. I've always had a penchant for the macabre, a fascination with the eerie and unexplained. So, when I stumbled upon an old, dilapidated bookstore on the outskirts of town, I couldn't resist the allure of its mysterious aura. Little did I know that my visit would plunge me into a haunting tale that would challenge the very fabric of reality. The moment I stepped into the bookstore, an icy gust of wind brushed against my skin, causing a shiver to crawl down my spine. The place reeked of musty pages and forgotten stories, and the dimly lit space seemed to stretch endlessly. It was as if time had stood still within those decaying walls. Curiosity led me deeper into the labyrinthine aisles, where rows upon rows of books stood like silent sentinels. The shelves groaned under the weight of countless tomes, their spines cracked and faded. The ambient silence was interrupted only by the soft fluttering of pages and the distant drip of water from a leaky ceiling. My eyes scanned the titles, each one more intriguing than the last. Suddenly, my attention was captured by a weathered book nestled amidst the classics. Its cover was ornately embossed, depicting a haunting silhouette against a moonlit sky. The title, Whispers in the Shadows, beckoned me with an irresistible magnetism. As I ran my fingers over the aged pages, a peculiar sensation coursed through me. It was as if the book held a secret, a tale waiting to be told. Unable to resist, I purchased it and carried it home, unaware of the darkness it contained. That night, I settled into my favorite armchair, eager to delve into the enigmatic narrative. As I turned the brittle pages, a sense of unease settled upon me. The words seemed to come alive, dancing off the paper and seeping into the corners of my mind. The story unfolded, weaving a web of horror and despair that captured me in its grip. But as I delved deeper, something changed. The world outside my window darkened, the walls of my home seemed to whisper secrets, and shadows flickered where there should have been none. My sanity teetered on the edge as reality and fiction blended into a nightmarish tapestry. It started with subtle occurrences, an object out of place, an eerie voice in an empty room. But soon, the manifestations escalated. Phantom footsteps echoed through the house, their origin impossible to discern. Objects levitated before crashing to the floor, shattering the fragile tranquility. Whispers plagued my dreams, and a sense of malevolence permeated every inch of my existence. Fear gnawed at my core, but a part of me couldn't help but be enthralled by the sinister dance unfolding around me. I was caught between a desire to escape and an insatiable curiosity to uncover the truth behind the book's haunting words. Driven by a mixture of terror and determination, I embarked on a perilous journey to unveil the secrets hidden within the pages. Guided by cryptic clues sprinkled throughout the text, I traced the origins of the book back to a remote village, nestled deep within the woods. The village was cloaked in an eerie silence as I arrived, the inhabitants living in perpetual fear. Locals whispered tales of a cursed bookstore that once stood at the heart of their community. Legend spoke of an evil presence that had seeped into the pages, forever staining the souls of those who dared to read its words. Undeterred, I sought out the abandoned bookstore, now reduced to crumbling walls and broken glass. Inside, a maelstrom of darkness awaited. Books lay strewn across the floor, their pages twisted and contorted like tortured souls. Whispers echoed through the empty space, growing louder with each step I took. In the heart of the store, I found the source of the malevolence, a decrepit, leather-bound tome bearing the same title as the book that had plagued me. The book radiated a chilling aura, its presence suffocating. With trembling hands, I reached out to touch it, hoping to end the nightmare once and for all. But as my fingers grazed the book's surface, the world around me shattered. Reality distorted, merging with the horrors that lurked within the pages. Shadows engulfed me, suffocating my senses, and the whispers transformed into a cacophony of anguished screams. In a desperate bid for escape, I tore myself away from the book's grasp. Gasping for air, I found myself back in the desolate bookstore, the cursed tome lying closed before me. I realized that the choice was mine, to succumb to the darkness or to defy its grip. With newfound resolve, I snatched the book from its resting place and raced out of the haunted store. The whispers followed me, their haunting lullaby echoing in my ears. But I was determined to break free from their clutches. Now, I am burdened with the knowledge of the haunted bookstore, a place where fiction and reality collide, and the line between them blurs into oblivion. Its existence serves as a reminder that some stories are not meant to be read, and that the pursuit of forbidden knowledge comes at a great cost. As for the book that once held me captive, I have hidden it away, deep in the recesses of my home. A constant reminder of the terrors I faced and a solemn warning to all those who seek to tempt fate. For within the pages of that cursed book lie the echoes of darkness, waiting to ensnare the unwary souls who dare to venture too close. The city's neon lights flickered in the rain-soaked streets as I stumbled upon an ancient, decrepit bookstore hidden in the heart of the forgotten district. The sign above the door read, "Whispering Pages," its letters faded and barely legible. Intrigued, I pushed open the heavy door, and an otherworldly chill embraced me. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of aged paper, as if the store itself was alive with the stories it held. Dim lights cast long shadows across towering shelves, adorned with rows upon rows of dusty tomes. It was a labyrinth of forgotten knowledge, a sanctuary for those seeking the forgotten and the forbidden. As I roamed the aisles, a sense of unease settled over me. Whispers seemed to echo from the depths of the store, faint but persistent. Strange symbols adorned the walls, their meanings lost to time. It was as if the store possessed a dark secret, waiting to be discovered. My eyes were drawn to a corner of the store bathed in an ethereal glow. A single book stood on a pedestal, its pages shimmering with an otherworldly light. Curiosity compelled me forward, and as I reached out to touch the book, a jolt coursed through my veins. The title, The Lost Tomes of Dread, was emblazoned across the cover in eerie, swirling letters. The book seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, promising secrets and horrors beyond comprehension. Unable to resist its allure, I purchased it, unaware of the terror it would unleash. That night, as rain pelted against my window, I delved into the forbidden pages of The Lost Tomes of Dread. The stories within were a descent into madness and despair, each tale more chilling than the last. But as I read, the barriers between fiction and reality began to blur. Shadowy figures danced at the periphery of my vision, their whispers caressing my ears. The store's whispering grew louder, a chorus of indistinguishable voices urging me deeper into the book's dark recesses. Nightmares plagued my sleep, filled with grotesque creatures and ancient rituals. Determined to uncover the truth behind the bookstore's haunting, I embarked on a treacherous journey. The city's archives held snippets of information, tales of disappearances and unexplained occurrences tied to the bookstore's history. The store had a dark past, a place where forbidden knowledge had corrupted souls. Guided by the clues hidden within the book, I discovered that the store's original owner had dabbled in occult practices. It was rumored that he had struck a Faustian bargain, trading his soul for an eternity of arcane knowledge. The bookstore had become a nexus of supernatural energy, drawing in lost souls and feeding off their fear. Armed with newfound knowledge, I returned to the store, determined to break the curse that bound it. The whispers grew deafening as I ventured deeper into the aisles, the air charged with malevolence. Books flew off the shelves, pages torn and scattered like confetti. In the heart of the store, I discovered an ancient tome, its pages filled with a ritual capable of banishing the bookstore's dark influence. With trembling hands, I performed the ritual, my voice trembling with desperation and hope. The air crackled with energy, and a blinding light engulfed the store. When the light faded, the bookstore stood before me, cleansed of its sinister aura. The whispers had been silenced, replaced by a tranquil stillness. The lost souls trapped within its walls had found peace at last. But as I prepared to leave, a single page fluttered to the floor, a message inscribed upon it. It warned of other haunted bookstores, scattered across the world, each hiding its own dark secret. The curse had not been fully eradicated, and a new chapter of horror awaited those who dared to delve into their depths. As I walked away from Whispering Pages, I couldn't help but glance back at its weathered facade. The bookstore had been a gateway to nightmares, a nexus of forgotten tales. And though I had escaped its clutches, I knew that its haunting stories would forever linger in my mind, a chilling reminder of the horrors that lie within the pages of books, waiting to be discovered.